Good evening. There we go. Welcome to the 34th annual AK Guy Awards event for the YMCA. My name is Sarah Gavin, and I'm a member of the YMCA of Greater Seattle's Board of Directors and co-chair with this fine gentleman of this year's event. Today, we're here to celebrate incredible changemakers who make our communities stronger and more vibrant through their leadership and unwavering commitment, and to recognize the volunteerism of those who dedicated their life's work to lift up others. Thank you for joining us to honor this year's awards recipients for their outstanding volunteer service and dedication to social responsibility, equity, and justice for all. I'm so pleased to welcome you to this year's event in the beautiful Seattle Art Museum. We begin by acknowledging the ancestral keepers of the land we gather on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. It's my pleasure to be with all of you this evening, and with my amazing co-chair for this evening's event. I know he shares my thoughts about how honored we both are to be asked to be co-chairs and to be part of tonight's event. He's my fellow colleague on the Y board and my friend, Michael Urbino.
Thank you, Sarah, and welcome everybody. And wow, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the YMCA, I just want to say thank you. We're so excited and delighted to have you all back to essentially bring back our AK Guy Award and a night of volunteerism and celebration for the first time since 2015. And it's such a wonderful feeling to be able to engage with all of you. I was joking with our staff that, you've given me a script, but I don't always stick to it. And as I was driving over with my partner, just thinking about, okay, wow, like mixing in and then and this post-COVID, feeling of community, but all the wonderful relationships and all the old friends that I'm seeing and all the new friends that I'm meeting, and just watching and feeling the energy of everybody in the room is really special. We think, technology, but there's nothing like being in the room together. So thank you for making it out here and braving traffic and getting back into and exercising these lost muscles of socializing. So, of course, it's ironic. I'm not a social media guy. I don't even have a Facebook page. I consider social media LinkedIn. But our staff has asked us where we need to take a selfie for social media purposes. So, is that you?
Yeah, I think. Honey, could you put a hand in my phone? So this is why we follow a script, Michael. Can we all just agree we could practice our selfie making?
Here, you do it. Yep. Okay. And I think we have to do the crowd. The crowd. Yeah, we got to do the crowd. Thank you, Sarah, and thanks for catching me. Because I was always told when you get on stage, you got to get rid of your keys and your cell phone. So I didn't have mine. So, and please, for those of you guys who are social media savvy, please find us online. We've got our hashtag Community Changemakers and hashtag AK Guy Award, and that's really special because our goal is, as we rebuild this program, that we really get it out there and we're cognizant. And you'll be able to find the pictures at YMCA Seattle. So, all right, now that the social media and the marketing people are happy, we can get on with our program. And as Sarah shared, volunteerism is the foundation of this. This is not an award that you can buy or, we're so grateful for all of our generous donors, but this is all about volunteerism and the people that walk the walk and are out there in the streets, in the community, doing the work and growing us through advocacy, time, and contributions. So we have a few special sponsors I just want to call out tonight who make this event possible. This is not cheap, and we are so grateful for them. And so first, I just want to thank our events community partners. And so, yeah, and our opportunity partners. And then really a special thank you to our collective impact partner, Primera. And again, not in the script, but I think we're saying Primera has been very generous to us. And normally it's kind of standard protocol that we allow them a time to step on stage and share their thoughts. And they said, we don't want to take any time away from the program. This night is all about the volunteers and the awardees. So I just want to thank Primera for that. Okay, so now we're going to welcome to our stage our fabulous YMCA of Greater Seattle Board Chair, Frank Shaw, who was also recently recognized as the PSBJ Executive of the Year. So, and also our fearless leader who's taken us through troubled times and is our captain on our ship, and Gloria Yedin, who's also a dear friend and inspiration. Thank you. Okay.
That was pretty good following script. That was nicely done. So I would just like to say hello and thank everybody for being here. We're so happy to be here, so happy to be in person. As Michael noted, it was great to be out there and to see people smiling, sharing time, meeting new people, and it's just been fantastic. And I want to have a sincere thank you to everybody who has worked at helping create this event, all the people who have worked to pull it together. Let's just have a quick round of applause for the people that made this possible. And you know, Gloria, this is gonna be a great time. You and I have done a bunch of presentations together.
Yes.
We have never presented together in person,
Yes.
so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna-
the famous words of Ray Charles, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, baby. All right. We are grateful, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Our sponsors again, it really does take a village to pull off an evening like this. So again, thank you.
So we have just an amazing turnout tonight, and we do have some distinguished guests in the crowd that we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and welcome in true Y fashion, including some local dignitaries, current and past elected officials, previous AK Guy Award recipients, and the esteemed members of the Guy and Johnson families. And so we are just honored to have you here with us tonight. In 1984, the YMCA's AK Guy Award was created to celebrate the key role that each of us can play in strengthening our community. And from the beginning, our goal has been to honor those who demonstrate exemplary volunteerism and service to the community. This award is presented to those who are making a difference through their gift of time, energy, and vision. This annual award was named in honor of Albert K. Guy, a man whose exceptional service to our community made him a role model, and 34 years later, his spirit of service and volunteerism lives on at the Y. He has advocated for public service as a core value tenet of community and inspired legions of others to volunteer.
Albert K. Guy. Say his name. Albert K. Guy. Albert K. Guy has been the namesake of our event for over 34 years. Thank you sincerely to the Guy family. And I know, where's the grandson? There he is.
Woo.
And Diane, his wife. Will you rise and be acknowledged, please? Thank you. Thank you to the Guy family for allowing us to share in Albert K. Guy's legacy, a legacy we plan to honor for many, many years to come. This year, we're excited and proud to add 2 new award categories. The Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award. I love the ring of that. And we're also I'm proud to introduce tonight the Hero Everyday Awards. This year marks the beginning of new traditions and recognitions for this beloved event. The AK Guy Award will continue to be our highest recognition at the YMCA of Greater Seattle, where our volunteers are the heart and lifeblood of our work. Without our volunteers, the work just would not happen. Going forward, the AK Guy Award will now be one of 3 award categories as we expand our vision for this annual event, and we invite you to engage with community in new ways.
So our program this evening is filled with stellar examples of what it means to stand for community. Inspiring future change makers will help us all rise together and overcome any challenge. And tonight is made even more special as the City of Seattle and King County have proclaimed that September 28th, 2022 shall be known as the William C. Bell and Casey Family Programs and Judge Richard and Leslie Jones Day in honor an entire day. And you got to give the entire day. It's just, this is it. When it comes to an end, it comes to an end, but we've got it for right now. We also have the pleasure of sharing warm greetings from Governor Jay Inslee's office as the state of Washington takes a moment to recognize the commitment and work of the Joneses and Dr. William C. Bell and Casey Family Programs bring to community. Now, we can look back on this evening and remember all the words of wisdom and renew our conscious efforts to be the change makers that we know this community needs. And you're going to hear a lot about change makers this evening. And with that, we say to each of you, thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for encouraging and inspiring all of the small and big steps each of us take every day. Because community is at the center of the work that we do, and we could not do it without each of you.
The YMCA of Greater Seattle's Vision 2025. Vision 2025 speaks to our belief that through whole person health and a trauma-informed wellness approach, we can advance equity and justice for all. Please join us as we set our gaze on this bold vision for strengthening community. Help us empower and develop our youth for brighter futures. Help us build stronger communities through advocacy, volunteering, supporting all, especially those who need us most. Through our collective efforts, we can produce more equitable outcomes for all, especially Black, Indigenous, and people of color, as well as marginalized youth, families, seniors, and communities, to develop their fullest potential in spirit, mind, and body. The power of change. The power of change has always been a driving principle for the Y. Change can be hard, but it's also an opportunity to transform, to grow, to become a change maker, and to build the future we want for our children. Now we'd like to share a bit more of our story and the impact with all of you this evening. Many thanks to our friends, our very dear friends at the Schultz Family Foundation for its collaboration and support, and for producing this year's Y Impact video. Let's roll tape.
Here at the Y, we support young adults through all aspects of life. Early childhood development, Y scholars, high school, young adult services, to college, to where they want to be at in their life.
didn't have friends, you wouldn't make it through this world. So like, this world's hard.
We are really focusing on so many elements that helps uplift kids through not just physical activity, but their social emotional learning, building community, and really having that role model to help them understand that they can be the best versions of themselves.
I want to be a ballet teacher, a plant scientist, an ice skater, and a diver.
Our family loves the YMCA. Swimming at the Y has been so empowering for him and so encouraging for him.
We know that drowning is one of the leading causes of death in our kids in the United States. And so it is one of our big goals to ensure that all kids have access to learn how to be safe around water.
When I was younger, growing up, we never had the opportunity to come to camp. And it's just great to have everybody here from different backgrounds.
We're all just humans trying to improve ourselves. And I think that that is part of where depolarizing our society may start, is in a place like this.
Without Y Scholars, I wasn't really thinking about attending a four-year university. So the first thing they instill into you is like a mindset like you're capable of attending college.
The Y Scholars has definitely opened my eyes to a bigger world.
Y Scholar helped me find my voice.
I think that this program needs to exist just to enforce that students should all be given an opportunity. It's more than just a college program, it's also like a mentorship as well.
They gave us like a lot of homework help, test prep, and just help inside and outside the classroom. And then also a community of like-minded people to like bond with. And truly, like without those opportunities, I wouldn't be like where I am today.
Y Scholars showed me that, you know, we are strong in who we are in our skin. We are strong as students of color, but it also showed me that there is nothing that can stop us. Here at the Y Social Impact Center, we work with a wide range of young adults, ages 14 to 24 years old. What are the 3 things you look for in a job?
And that would be a struggle for sis.
I work in the young adult sector, so I work with employment and training and housing. I identify so much with this work because I grew up in poverty. I was once a young person that needed support. Going into my senior year, I ended up becoming homeless myself. There's not a look to homelessness. And so I had given the Y a call, and they were able to support me, helping me not get evicted out of my home at that time. And a lot of people didn't know that I was going through the situation. It was only a tight circle. My principal at the time, Mr. Chappelle, I felt like he was somebody that I could come to with any problem that I had. And I'm very thankful for that.
Hi, Mr. Chappelle.
What's up, Anne Marie?
How are you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Okay.
It's been a minute. I promise you, I know that not only I'm proud of you, but the community is proud of you for representing, doing what you're doing, and I promise you, the services you provide is second to none.
If I can go on every single day with supporting the young adults that come to this door to being what they can be, and I'm gonna do that. And so this is why I choose the work that I do. The Y is life-changing, the Y is family, the Y is here to support.
We love you, YMCA.
So I don't know about you, but watching that video and seeing how the Y has had such a positive impact on children in the community, it just gives me hope about what the future can look like, and it makes my heart full. So you can learn more about all these efforts and how to support by visiting the QR code that you've got, and our social media expert will help you out if you need help there. I will say that the one benefit of COVID is we've all gotten a lot more familiar with QR codes, so we don't need quite as much help as we used to. Or if you're joining from the virtual program, you can find the link in the chat there as well.
Yeah, so Frank, I couldn't agree more, and I gotta say, I do this work every day. It never gets old when I see the impact of the Y on the lives of the young people that we serve. So, my heart moves when I think about all the life-changing impact that the Y has on youth and families, literally everywhere in our community. The Y is all about changing lives, building community, and fostering strong futures for our young people. Our young people are our future. By creating a welcoming place of belonging where our youth can be themselves, and by providing opportunities to develop their fullest potential, we enable a brighter future for everyone. In a moment, you'll hear from my colleague, friend, and Y leader, Dr. David Humphrey, whom we affectionately refer to as Dr. D. And Dr. D is our Senior Vice President and Equity and Justice Officer, and he leads our Equity and Justice Center of Excellence. And in a few moments, he's going to be introducing our Hero Everyday Award honorees. But first, let's celebrate a change maker lifting her voice to make her community better. Tonight, we are honored to invite a powerful youth voice to the stage to inspire us all. Please join me in extending a warm Y welcome to Changemaker and Y Youth member, Pari McDonald. You can step down.
Hello, my name is Pari McDonald. I'm a senior at Holy Names Academy, a senior captain for the swim team, and a junior medical intern at Swedish Hospital, and I am certified in wilderness first aid. Most importantly, I am a lifetime Y kid. Young people have been at the front of change throughout history. First, I want to share what I think change is. Change is about a young child being given fresh, healthy food and clean drinking water. Change is about our elders living in safety and with dignity. Change is about beautiful neighborhoods and great schools for all children that don't place a debt or burden on the family. Change is about supporting our foster children and young adults facing houselessness to provide sustainable resources that will allow them to thrive and provide for generations to come. Change is about a world that will be around for my generation and others that is not depleted of resources and clean air and water. Change is about a young person sitting at the counter calmly, requiring humanity and love for all, no matter their race. Change is about a young person sitting at a pipeline, demanding a better earth and respecting those who protect our water. It does not need to be big. Instead, it needs to be small actions by many people who believe deeply that this world can be a better place. This is what young people like me bring to change work. We bring hope and a belief that all human beings can live great lives. We bring energy and the understanding that we can, with all our unique beliefs, come together as one and rethink our world for the better. What we need is for adults to stand with us, like each of you, in solidarity. To let our voices rise and guide us with their wisdom, while allowing our new and innovative ideas. I'm honored to stand here today on a stage with those who believe in the beauty that could be. Change is about inspiring every person to stand with one message, that each of us is worthy of love. Thank you.
Pari, thank you for sharing your words with us tonight, driving us from inspiration to transformation. Transformative experiences begin with everyday actions, small, continuous steps that create a whole path to change. Hello, my name is Dr. David Humphrey. As my boss said, you can call me Dr. D. Pari and I are immensely proud to be able to announce the inaugural honorees of our first ever Hero Everyday Awards. Inspiration for the Hero Everyday Award is all about honoring the people in our lives who find new ways to change their community for the better through meaningful work. From little actions leading to big impacts, to working in community, they are everyday heroes and a hero every day.
Can we please have this year's honorees join us on the stage?
The Hero Everyday Award is presented across 3 categories to celebrate and applaud individuals who exemplify community service, work that promotes the wise values of respect, care, honesty, responsibility, and a passion for excellence, and make contributions to their community towards social and economic equality.
It is my great pleasure to introduce you all to our adult recipient of our Hero Everyday Award, Kevi Wajaya. Kevi is the director at Stepping Stone Pediatrics in Bellevue, Washington. With Kevi's leadership, the Stepping Stone Pediatrics team worked with the Bellevue Y to create access to youth vaccines in community at a safe and familiar place during unprecedented times. They worked together to mobilize volunteers and market their first vaccine event in April, where they were able to vaccinate over 475 people. Since then, the partnership has hosted over 12 vaccine events and is preparing to host more youth vaccination events at South King County Y locations, making youth vaccines accessible to underserved communities. Congratulations, Kevi, and thank you for your caring service to community.
The passion for excellence continues. Please join us in congratulating our teen young adult honoree, Jamie Erker. Jama is passionate about a big issue that affects half of the world's population. She is determined to offer free menstruation supplies to those in need. Menstruation products are an added expense for many who are already experiencing financial insecurity. And despite these products supporting a biological function, they are not covered by benefits. Although free period product programs are common in some schools, JMA is working to bring the program to the Y. It's this sense of social responsibility that brings her on stage with us tonight. Congratulations, JMA.
You can make a difference at any age. And you can make an impact on children's lives through caring and modeling respect. Our youth teen recipient, Jalen Diamond Swanson, helped Y kids get their heads and hearts in the game. This past year, Jalen was a volunteer youth sports coach at the Matt Griffin Y. He modeled and taught emotional regulation and what it means to be a team. Lessons just as valuable as learning how to dribble or shoot or kick or throw. Outside of the Y, Jalen has worked in student government, the Black Student Union at his high school, and participated in active discussions on student leadership and restorative justice. This is just the beginning of your journey, and you are already making waves of change for the future. Congratulations, Jalen.
Before we have you all leave, let's grab a group photo. Frank, Loria, could you please rejoin us for a moment? Please join us in one last round of applause for our Hero Everyday Award recipients. We cannot wait to see how community flourishes with all of you leading the way.
I think we are truly all witnessing greatness cross our stage tonight, and we're just getting started. And we hope that you do find inspiration in their dedication to taking action. It is easy to recognize the inequities in our community, but it takes real commitment and courage to do something about it. And that is exactly what our next award is all about. The Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award is presented to an individual, couple, or family who exemplifies the ideals of Seattle's civil rights pioneers Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson through their advancement of equity and social justice in one or more of the following areas: community development, children and youth, education, health, environment, legal, economic development, and/or government. Lizelle, would you like to share a few words with us this evening about what this award means to you?
Thank you. Good evening. I am very honored and proud to have this award named for my late husband and me. I am very, very pleased that this award is being presented to Judge Richard and Leslie Jones. Judge Jones has had a long relationship with our family going back to his days in college. He has been a friend, and he was also a mentee to my husband, as well as a friend to me. Judge Richard and Leslie are people who get things done, and they are no strangers to services to the community and to the YMCA of Greater Seattle. I congratulate the two of you. I love you, and I honor you.
Thank you, Ms. Lizelle. Thank you for those words. Thank you for being here tonight. It's awe-inspiring to be able to share this moment with you and our audience this evening. As you know, the work you and Judge Charles V. Johnson contribute to our community has been invaluable. Your work has taught us that social change, social justice, never occurs in a vacuum. It must come about through collective efforts. This award celebrates the partnership it takes to make real, lasting change. Ms. Lizelle, thank you for your leadership and presence tonight, and thank you for your lifelong service of being a change maker and for portraying excellence in social justice in our community.
So tonight is filled with firsts, and the first honorees to receive the Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award are impressive and deserving. Please allow us to introduce you all to the Honorable Richard A. Jones and Leslie Jones. You're both looking good up there. Big up there on the screen. Doesn't get any better. The Joneses have both shown a lifelong dedication to community. The Honorable Richard A. Jones has been a United States District Court judge in Seattle since 2007. He has served a 9-year appointment to the National Board of the YMCA of the USA and has served locally as a board member for the YMCA of Greater Seattle for more than 20 years. Thank you very much. He has served on a multitude of local and national boards and advisory groups, recently joining the Seattle Kraken One Roof Foundation Board as chair. Judge Jones co-founded and still participates in Seattle area programs that focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion with a focus on students of color.
So we all know that beside every great man is an even greater partner. So I want to share a little bit about Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones leads the labor relations program at Sound Transit, where she is the agency's champion and spokesperson on matters of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Leslie leads with a strategic vision for including diversity and representation while improving mobility in the central Puget Sound area. In addition to her role at Sound Transit, Leslie is a former chair and serves on the board of the YWCA of Seattle, King County, and Snohomish counties. She is also a member of the Greater Seattle chapter of Links Incorporated, as well as a public member of the Washington State Apprenticeship and Training Council. She's also a former Board of Trustee member of Central Washington University. Now, we could go on about Richard and Leslie Jones's many, many accomplishments, but we're really here to talk about their impact. Their impact, the impact that they have made on community, and the demanding work it takes to achieve equity, especially for those who have been historically marginalized and still need us most. Let's watch together.
It's sort of like planting seeds. It's easy to complain about a bad crop. It's much harder to take the time to tend to it and watch it grow. That's what Richard and Leslie do. Wherever they go, they are planting seeds of encouragement.
He is unparalleled in the judicial community as someone who has continued to be immersed in his community. It is really rare to see a judge so visible in the community as Richard Jones is.
I've been pleased and frankly blessed to work with Leslie since 2005. She's really been a champion for equity and social justice.
And you can't live in Seattle or King County without running into either Leslie or Richard doing something to make life better for other people.
What you do in your community is the thing that matters the most because it touches lives. Lives of people you will never see in the course of your existence on the face of this planet. Richard Jones and Leslie Jones have been doing that for years.
I'm the presiding judge over a DREAM program, and it's to handle individuals who've been indicted and charged with drug offenses. And I can't tell you how many countless stories, success stories that we've had with people that come with long-term addictions. But you believe that there's a chance, a glimmer of hope, that if you go a little bit further, you might reach that person.
Back in the day when Richard was a law student, very few large law firms, primarily white law firms, would even entertain resumes from diverse students. So what does he do? He figures out a way to create a process that will allow these firms a chance to see these young, diverse lawyers and see the talent pool that's out there available for them to actually recruit from.
We frequently have what's called youth law forums that we have at the courthouse. And it creates an opportunity to bring in young persons in junior high and high school and be exposed to a host of opportunities. It creates in their mind, I can do this.
I think we need to pay more attention to the small things that impact people's lives. It's the kindness, it's the smile, it's being a friend to people when they're having a tough time. And it's really about listening to what's really happening for another person.
It's a saying we have, it's not hard work, it's heart work. And so she shows her heart and her compassion in the work that she does with our students and with the community.
What makes Leslie special is her unfailing dedication and commitment to making everyone feel welcome, to be included, and be a part of the decision-making process and the type of work that she's done.
I decided at a very young age that I would be committed to helping others. And I've been really focusing in on getting more people of color and women into the building trades.
Many of the people of color don't stay in to journey out. The process of apprenticeship to journeyman takes 4 years. And in that 4 years, many obstacles come in the way of people of color.
Be it child care, transportation, do they need equipment? What do they need to be successful on the job?
Leslie started a program with incarcerated people in Washington State to help show them while they're still incarcerated that there's opportunities and help them start pre-apprenticeship programs while they're still incarcerated so that when they get out of the system, they have a path to family wage jobs.
And so women who are going to be released within 2 years, they have the opportunity to learn their trade in prison. And what happens is when they come out, we're able to meet them, greet them, and transition them right into our jobs. It's great to see their level of self-esteem increase and feel proud about the work that they're doing.
A couple of things that I think have just been outstanding on Leslie's behalf is how she has invested herself and the agency in pre-apprenticeship programs, making them available to everyone.
And so it's important to community to see representation. When they're driving down I-5 and they see all the work that's being done, they want to see people who look like them that are doing the work. And so Leslie challenged the status quo. And because of that, we are now working towards ensuring that there's equitable access, not just compliance, which has not only ensured opportunities, but it's also built trust with the community. If you are in a position of influence, you have the ability to make change. You have the ability to give into organizations, donate to organizations that's doing social equity work.
And so when we look at equity and social justice, it's about providing an opportunity, a fair and equal opportunity for individuals in the community. I think it's also about doing the right thing when no one's watching. It's about being able to see people, really see them and hear them.
There are scores of individuals that come before me, but I can't be blind to the differences that have happened to so many people in our community and in our surrounding areas. It's easy to condemn them and pile on to the travesties that they already face and the long term of incarceration that they may have to deal with. But can you give them hope? Can you give them an opportunity to believe that they can change and be different in life? If you don't give them hope, they're lost.
So Richard and Leslie have certainly made their impact on the community, and it's wonderful to hear from the people who have walked alongside with them, friends, colleagues, and family. So of course, we could not welcome them on stage without hearing from beloved musician, producer, and Richard Jones' brother, Quincy.
Good evening. How fortunate am I that I have this opportunity to speak about two people that I hold in the warmest place in my heart, the recipients of this year's inaugural Judge Charles V. Johnson's Excellence in Social Justice Award, my dear brother and sister-in-law, Richard and Leslie Jones. What a blessing. It is no happenstance that you gathered here tonight to recognize Richard and Leslie with this distinguished honor, because if you know anything about them, you know that giving back to those who are less fortunate is part of their essence. Growing up in Seattle, mine, Richard's, and our brothers and sisters' lives could have had a very different outcome were it not for the steady and trusted guidance of our father, who instilled in us a work ethic that was the foundation of who we were to become in our professional and personal lives. Daddy's mantra was, once the task has just begun, never leave it till it's done.
Was that a treat for you guys too? Wasn't that special? Thank you, Quincy. We so appreciated him participating here in that way tonight. Now it's my distinct privilege to invite to the stage this year's presenters, who will be presenting both of our next two awards. Our next award, as well as our signature AK Guy Award, to this year's honorees. Please join me in welcoming the esteemed first couple of the city of Seattle, Mayor Bruce Harrell and First Lady Joanne Harrell, as they will begin They're going to start by presenting the Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award.
Thank you for that warm welcome. It is an honor to be here on stage to present this year's Excellence in Social Justice Award. And I will add, we've known Richard and Leslie most of our lives and could not be happier to be here to celebrate with them. Please help us welcome this year's honorees, Judge Richard A. Jones and Leslie Jones, onto the stage to receive their awards and share a few words. On behalf of the YMCA of Greater Seattle, their Board of Directors, and the 2022 AK Guy Committee, it is my great honor to present the inaugural Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award to the Honorable Richard A. Jones and Leslie Jones. Congratulations.
Leslie told me I had to go first, so I respect that. Mayor Harrell, if I had known that we were going to get Richard and Leslie Jones All Day Award, I would have gotten up at 12 a.m. and used the whole day, so I hope it's 24 hours from now. So if you see somebody driving around downtown crazy, parking backwards and everything, driving sideways down the freeway, I'm good for 24 hours. First of all, congratulations, Leslie. You're such an amazing spouse, partner, mother, grandmother, in so many different ways. I'd like to say thank you to Frank and Loria for the recognition today, the board of directors, and for all the folks that work for the YMCA that have made this such a special, special day. It's very special to us and the recognition that we have today. Now, please know that every one of you played a critical part in our lives and our opportunity to be here today. And Lizelle, I want you to know from the very bottom of our hearts to the top of yours how much we love you. And you have been in our lives for decades, not just for a short period of time, but decades. You've made such a big, powerful difference in our lives. And I have to be honest with you, I got up this morning and I kept thinking about Judge Johnson and you. And I know that you would be here tonight. And so what I did tonight and today to make sure I had Judge Johnson's eyes on me was I took my picture of the last birthday celebration that we had with Judge Johnson in person. And so he's been with me all day today. So you know, Lizelle and Judge Johnson have been guideposts throughout our entire lives. And they've made such a powerful difference. And I want you to know that that will not change. It'll never change. As long as we have breath to breathe, air in our lungs, we'll continue to give and give. You know, it was 14 years ago that I received the AK Guy Award. And I was so proud that day. And what I did was I had my grandchildren come up on the stage with me. Maybe a few of you will remember that. And they stood and surrounded me, and I told them, I said, I want you to remember today, not because I'm recognized as a judge, but this recognition is for the work that I do for other people. And Leslie and I both have lived that guiding principle as how we live our lives, is what you do for other people that makes the difference. And the two core principles that we learned from Judge Johnson for so many years ago was, one, family always comes first. Family always comes first in every decision that you make in life. And second, always live your life with a giving hand and an open hand to reach out and reach back and lift others up. Leslie?
I am overwhelmed. Thank you all so much for being here. And I want to thank members of the Y for that amazing video. Tara and Judy, Robin, and Charlie and Vanessa, you all did a great job of capturing our video because I was nervous when we did it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you doing that. As Richard talked about the importance of family, I want to thank our family and very close friends who are here today to help celebrate this achievement for Richard and I. So thank you so much for coming. I also think about how blessed Richard and I are to be the first recipients of the Charles V. Johnson and Lizelle Johnson Award. We could not be here unless they put the lights out to guide our path throughout our career. And for that, we will always be grateful. When I think about Lizelle, I think about a woman with such grace and such dignity. Her warmth and kind spirit shines through in her smile. When we think about their journey, what they had to go through in order for us to be here today and to be role models, we're just so grateful, Lizelle, that we're here as a result of the work that you both have done. We know that you allowed us to stand on your shoulders as we've moved through this journey called life. I want you to know that, as Richard said, we both love you dearly. And I'm going to ask the audience to help me with something. I want you to help me put a crown on Lizelle's head and thank her for the work that she's done for us for years. So let's give her a round of applause, you all. If we think it's hard now, can you imagine what the two of them have seen over their lifetime? They have been able to make a path for all of us to do the work that we're doing today. You know, when we think about social justice and the work that we do, sometimes it's the smallest things that impact people's lives. It's recognizing that each of us in this room have the ability every day to touch someone's life. It could be words of encouragement. It could be when someone fails, helping pick them up. It's about understanding and listening to them, as I said earlier on the video, with compassion and with empathy in terms of what they need for each of us to do. When I think about my journey, when each of us think about our journey, right now there are people that are coming to your mind. Those people, however, they touched your life in a way that impacted who you are. And I think that we collectively and individually can help folks. When I meet some young people, a number of them have faced more adversity in their short period of time in their lifetime than we would in our entire life. And what it takes is the small things to help them get on their feet. And so for that, I am just grateful that I have the opportunity to impact people's lives. I want to thank you personally for this recognition this evening. I'm just touched by the love and support. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to our inaugural Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson's Excellence in Social Justice Award honorees, Judge Richard A. Jones and Leslie Jones. We're so proud of you. Now we are reaching the pinnacle of our evening's program. It's time to present our 34th AK Guy Award. This year's recipient will be joining the ranks of exceptional people who have made long-lasting and positive contributions in their community. Who better to welcome this year's honoree into the fold of Changemakers than last year's honoree, Connie Bomber representing the Bomber Group.
Hello, everyone. I sure wish I could be present with you tonight, but I do feel the energy and excitement there in the room, even through my screen. I'm really delighted to have the honor of introducing this year's YMCA AK Guy Award recipients, Dr. William Bell and the work of Casey Family Programs. Casey Family is based here in our backyard and operates in all 50 states to provide consulting, research and analysis, and policy change for critical child welfare issues, such as the prevention of child abuse and neglect and trauma reduction. And they have successfully advocated for more government investment. Casey Family Programs houses such a deep bench of compassionate, experienced practitioners, and they are led by Dr. William Bell, one of our country's most impressive leaders in the child welfare field. Since 2006, Dr. Bell has served as the president and CEO at Casey. He's focused his 40-year career on improving the lives of children, youth, and families. He has experience working in just about every corner of the child welfare system, which is part of what makes him such an effective leader. In the 90s, he led a nonprofit providing direct services in New York City. And then he moved to a government role, leading several departments within New York's Administration for Children's Services. And now he leads in philanthropy, directing Casey Family's investments to create change in the child welfare space. And just recently, he helped co-found something that I'm personally excited about, a national movement called Cities United, which helps mayors to eliminate the violence in American cities related to African American men and boys. So much hard work on so many critical issues. It's hard to pinpoint what I most admire about Dr. Bell, but I am inspired by and I am grateful for his long-term commitment to make life better for children. He refuses to accept that conditions like homelessness, poor education, violence, or poor health are acceptable for any child. As the 2021 recipient of this award, I'm very honored to present this year's award, and I feel so lucky to have Dr. Bell and the wonderful team at Casey Family Programs here in our community, demonstrating the healing power of compassion. Congratulations, Dr. Bell. Thank you for continuing to grace our sector and our region with your experience and your wisdom, and I look forward to continuing to walk alongside you in pursuit of a better future for kids. Congrats. And now to learn more about the impact of Dr. Bell's work, we have this video to share.
Well, hello and greetings to the YMCA of Greater Seattle. I want to take this moment to wish my dear friend, Dr. William Bell, a big congratulations for receiving the AK Guy Award. Let me tell you, I can't think of anyone who better embodies the ideals of service and ensuring equity and justice for all than William Bell. As the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, I believe deeply in the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King said that life's most pressing question is, what are you doing for others? He talked about the beloved community, and I have had the joy and honor of working alongside Dr. Bell in order to build what Dr. King called the beloved community. This is why the work of Dr. Bell and the other changemakers being honored tonight is so impactful and so very important in a moment like this. I'm grateful for the work that we've been able to do together right there on the campus of Ebenezer Church and in our neighborhood for children. I would like to thank the Greater Seattle YMCA for hosting this amazing event tonight, and know that I appreciate the tireless work that all of you are doing for the community. And congratulations again to my friend and brother. You are so very deserving. We have this saying at Morehouse College that above the heads of her students, Morehouse holds a crown that she challenges them to grow tall enough to wear. While I know you will appreciate this honor, if I know William Bell, you see this as a challenge to do even more work. So thank you very much. Keep pushing, keep the faith, and keep looking up.
Hello, everyone. Future for kids. Congrats. And now to learn more about the impact of Dr. Bell's work, we have this video to share.
I am excited to really join the YMCA in celebrating Dr. Bell's 40 years of outstanding service and commitment just to advancing educational equities for our students here in Seattle, locally and nationally.
He believes in collaboration in order to make change with several sectors: judiciary, faith-based, communities, educators. So his philosophy is not just to be the change maker that flies in and says, you should do X, Y, and Z. He's a change maker in terms of understanding systems and how they come together to make sure that children are safe.
This is a lonely job. I look at the world and it's challenging. There's no right answer. There's no black or white decisions. I got somebody here in Seattle that is one of the foremost experts in the country and who's thoughtful, who is smart, and is connected to more resources. It feels good just knowing that he's there and I can call.
I grew up in this community, and very rarely that we found an African-American leader in this country or in this city who has been leading from the back of the room.
And I'll say that the change that I see him working toward is changing individuals' mindsets to how family unit should be, could be, and with all of our positive efforts together, it will be.
There's this iconic photo that was taken of Senator Robert Kennedy during a tour of the Mississippi Delta in the spring of 1967. He described his experience as having seen the other America, a place where the conditions were so horrible for children that it was hard to believe that he was still in America. And this photo that you're looking at now is a photo of me and my siblings standing near our home in 1967 in the other America. Volunteerism, I believe, includes all 5 sectors of the community, finding ways to work together to make opportunity available to all, not just to some. And so, too often, we engage in one or more of those 4 sectors, but we leave out the voices of the sector of the people, the citizens. If we are going to engage in finding ways to keep children out of foster care, then we need to talk to the members of the community who've had children in foster care.
We had families that we wanted to work with who were caught in drug addiction, like whose family was in the foster care system. And so it just only made sense to just glean from somebody who had more experience than we had in working in that field. So we just, I spent some time on some committees and did some work with Casey Family Programs.
And being that our family started with foster care being a part of our life,
Our children's lives.
our children's lives, and then his mission to help restore children back to their biological families and pull them out of the foster system, it really fit what we had just experienced.
We've all agreed that there are too many kids in foster care. We've all agreed that we should have a greater reliance on providing services to families in their homes as opposed to waiting for a child to be removed from their homes and trying to fix what's wrong by separating children from their families. You can't address the issues impacting children without addressing the issues of what's impacting families. In 2011, we co-founded an organization called Cities United. And Cities United was built and designed to work with mayors across the country to reduce the number of violence-related deaths of Black men and boys in this country.
When Dr. Bell, Mayor Nutter, Sean Dove, and others founded Cities United, it was at a time when we were experiencing, like today, high levels of homicides and loss of lives. We focused on young Black men and boys ages 14 and 24 because when we started it, we were losing 14 young men every day to gun violence.
Dr. Bell's work has literally helped us keep our focus on our foster youth and our youth of color, just ensuring that they have just equitable services that will support their unique educational experience. Every experience is different.
Your volunteerism, your intentional actions to change the world for children around you, or children that you are living in communities that you may have never visited, your actions and your beliefs will form the basis for what their futures will look like. I encourage each one of you to give compassion into the lives of somebody else's children and to embrace the notion that when it comes to our children, there should be only one standard, and that is the standard of our own. If a condition or a way of living is not acceptable for our own children, then it should not be acceptable for anybody's child in America.
Good evening. I'm Mayor Bruce Harrell, and it's absolutely my honor to present this award to Dr. Bell. They gave me 30 seconds. This is a mayor's dream right now. I got the who's who in the whole city right here. They gave me 30 seconds. And I watched Leslie and Richard get the Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award. Very well deserved. We were runner-ups. Where? I thought that was going to be in the script somewhere. Very proud of my family. Dr. Bell, if you ever had the honor to work with Dr. Bell, you'll see why he is receiving this award. When the first time we met, I was coming from the gym, and he may recall this, and I literally was watching all of the national awards this gentleman received. One award was in 2014, the James A. Joseph Lecture Award for his visionary leadership and stewardship of progressive philanthropic ideals that advanced the organization's mission. I kid you not, the introduction was 7 minutes, given by a very prominent person who used words like love and compassion in his work he does for family and children. Now, his wife Dorian said, as soon as I got up, she says, "You're going to mess up, Bruce, or don't mess up." So I'm not going to mess up, because I will tell you that I had like a 5-page resume to introduce Dr. Bell. I had it memorized this morning, because I'll tell you that the work we're doing with Cities United right here in Seattle, the leadership through Anthony Smith, the leadership of Dr. Bell, is just simply astounding. Compassionate, love. You just can't teach this kind of stuff. And he's got PhDs and all this stuff. He is an amazing leader, and I'm honored as mayor to work side by side. I learned so much from this person. So, on behalf, and see, Dorian, I didn't mess up. On behalf of the YMCA of Greater Seattle, the Board of Directors, and the 2022 AK Guy Committee, it is my great honor to present this year's AK Guy Award to Dr. William C. Bell and Casey Family Programs.
This is the remarks, not this. I'd like to just start by saying thank you to Laurier, to Frank, and to all of the board members and staff of the YMCA of Greater Seattle, and for choosing Casey Family Programs for this honor. I would also like to thank and acknowledge a member of the board who's in our audience, longest serving member of Casey's board, Joan B. Poliak, and her son Dan. I'd like to say congratulations to the other honorees on tonight for your amazing work and contributions to bringing hope to the lives of others in our society. Congratulations. Would also like to say thank you to my wife, Dorian, and to my daughters, Morgan and Kalia. You know, you often choose one person to stand and accept awards and accolades for something that no one person can do alone. And it goes without saying that the staff who've joined us from Casey Family Programs, our partners who are here from all across the state and across the country, and to members of my church family who are here from the New Beginnings Christian Fellowship, Dr. Leslie D. Braxton and Sister Sheila Braxton, the First Lady. I want to thank all of you for continuing to not only encourage me, but continuing to encourage this world to be a better place for children. Since its founding in 1966, Casey Family Programs has been focused on making sure that the children that we touch have the opportunity to thrive in their lives and to achieve their full potential. Since we started building communities of hope, one of our main objectives was to reduce the number of children in foster care in this country. And at the time that we started, there were over 500,000 children in foster care in America. Now, today, there is just under 400,000 children. And it is continuing to go down. There are some communities, states across this country that have reduced their size of a foster care population by as much as 60%. Because the reality is, and will continue to be, government was never built to raise children. Children are raised by families and communities. And we have found a place and we've found a way to acknowledge that and start to work towards that. I want to thank the YMCA for your efforts to advance equity and justice for children through your Vision 2025. It acknowledges that the zip code where a child is born should no longer continue to be one of the most determinant factors in the success and failure in that child's life. But that is what we have now. You can even look at Seattle and think about the neighborhoods, and you will begin to imagine where the most crime is. You can begin to imagine where the most heartache and trauma exists. You can begin to imagine where the most, and people call it poverty. It's not poverty, it's insufficient income. And we can change insufficient income. Poverty sounds like something that even Jesus said, the poor you will have always. But we can fix insufficient income if we choose to. The Maasai tribe in East Africa greet each other every day with a question, Kasarian and Jera. And Kasarian and Jera ask the question, how are the children? The tribal response to that question is Sapati and Jera. And Sapati and Jera is an affirmation that is deeply embedded and rooted into the hearts of all who live in the Maasai nation. And Sapati and Jera says, all the children are well. It's an aspiration. It's a commitment that says we will not rest until all of our children are well. Because the Maasai understands that if our children are not well, not some of our children, all of our children, if our children are not well, then we are not well. And we push forward Casey Family Programs for that day and time when Sapati and Jera will be the cry across this land. You see, service to others, volunteerism, is not an optional act of kindness that we simply choose to offer to help those who are less fortunate than we are. Service to others, or volunteerism, is our obligation as members of an interdependent and interconnected community. If our world is ever going to become what it was designed to be, we must live each day with a sense that it is our individual and collective responsibility to build a community of hope for all of our children. Each day, we're faced with opportunities to create pathways towards hope. The question is, will we accept this calling on each of our lives? Will we accept this as our obligation for the life that we have? Thank you. May God bless you all.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Bell, for your inspiring words. I have to confess, I finally used my phone and actually recorded all of them if anyone needs it. I figured it out. Congratulations again. Let's give a last round of applause to tonight's Changemakers and a big round of applause to everybody who put this event together at the YMCA. The Reimagine AK Guy Awards event is all about celebrating those who look around themselves and find ways to make things better for youth, family, and communities. We encourage you to look around yourself and find the issues that you're passionate about and that inspire you to take action. Explore how you can be part of the solution in helping our community by continuing to learn, advocate, and volunteer to causes that make meaningful change and that matter to you.
And getting involved is easier than you think. Please join us in taking the first step. Find ways to engage in advocacy, volunteerism, or giving by visiting the QR code on the screen in your program. Or for those of you joining us virtually, there's a giving link in the chat. Your gifts do matter. Please pull out your cell phone now. Consider making a generous gift that enables the Y to continue its life-changing work and impact for all. You'll also find an option to make recurring gifts that mean so much for so many now and in the future. We really hope that you've all enjoyed the program and the return of our annual awards, events live and in person. Please help us share these amazing stories together tonight by tagging us on social media with your congratulations and memories of this evening. You can find us at YMCA Seattle on all platforms and at YMCA of Greater Seattle on LinkedIn. We look forward to seeing you back for our next awards event on Wednesday, September 27th, 2023.
We invite you to stick around, enjoy some dessert and conversation, and take a stroll through this amazing museum that we're in and explore the art that has shaped and who we are and that mirrors our history and our society. Please also be sure to stop by the registration desk before you leave to pick up a special gift, The Other Side of Yet, which is written by Michelle Hord. We hope her book serves as a reminder of the work yet to be done and inspires you to participate in that work during these really challenging times.
And I've heard it a couple times now, but I just want to repeat, wow. And thank you for all of you for joining us to celebrate these change makers in our community. Please remember to grab the memory cards as well before you leave, to leave congratulatory messages for these year's honorees and help us commemorate them. And I just want to say, you know, as some of our awardees were speaking, my brain was spinning what can I do? Am I doing enough? But more importantly than my brain spinning, my heart is full, to use Gloria's term. And thank you for that, and thank you for all being here. Drive safe tonight, and we will see you in the community. Thank you.
Dr. Bell, you know we love you. We are so honored and we celebrate you, and no other man that I can think of except my husband deserves an award such as this, the AK Guy Award. Congratulations.
Congratulations on receiving this humongous award for the work that you've done tirelessly in this community. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. You've been a real blessing, particularly to Jeanette and I and the organization Dads. And we pray that you have many more successes that come for what you do in this community. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Bell. Thanks for inspiring me. Thanks for inspiring others. And just thanks for being that beacon of light that you're shining on not only us here in the city, but just across the nation. We appreciate you. Congratulations.
I want to congratulate Dr. Bell and Casey Family Programs for this well-deserved award. You've been a beacon of hope in creating strong communities all across America, and particularly here in Washington. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dr. William C. Bell, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on winning this award. As a former AK Guy recipient, I am glad that you're in the club, but I must say you should have been in the club a long time ago because you're a super duper hero. So congratulations, and keep doing all that you're doing because it's meaningful, not just for us in Seattle, but for the entire world. You take care. Congratulations.
So to Dr. Bell, congratulate you on this award, well-deserved award, along with many more that you deserve that you probably have not gotten. You know how much I love you, how much I care about you, and that I'm thankful that I get to work with you every day around issues that matter to me and to our community. So congratulations on this award, and I'm glad to see you get your flowers while you're with us. Love you, Doc.
Never let me close your eyes. Only got one night. Just put your trust in me. Give me everything. I need your love tonight. So baby, please don't fight it. Put your trust in me. I'll give you everything. So hold on to me. Never let me go. Right here in your arms is where I want.